The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Reading chapter 6, Acceleration. Do the unexpected. I am a contrarian by nature. I know. Tell me what everyone else does. What's the consensus? What's the popular opinion? And I will typically do the opposite. If everyone is zigging, I'm going to zag. To me, what's popular is average. It's what's common. Common things deliver common results. The most popular restaurant is McDonald's. The most popular drink is Coca Cola. The most popular beer is Budweiser. The most popular wine is Franzia. Yeah, the stuff that comes in a box. Consume these popular things and you'll be part of the common average pack. But that's ordinary. There's nothing wrong with ordinary. I just prefer to shoot for extraordinary. For instance, everyone sends Christmas cards, but since everyone does, it doesn't really have much emotional impact, in my opinion. So I chose to send Thanksgiving cards instead. How many Thanksgiving cards do you get? Exactly. It makes a statement, and instead of bulk printer, computer generated best wishes cards, I handwrite personal sentiments expressing how grateful I am for my relationship with that person and what he or she means to me. Same effort, but a great impact. Richard Branson built his career on doing the unexpected. I love to watch him launch a new company. Each stunt is bolder, scarier, and more unexpected than the last. Whether it's flying a hot air balloon around the globe or driving a tank down Fifth Avenue in New York to introduce Virgin Cola to the United States, Richard always delivers the unexpected. He could get by with the expected press release, a press conference or two, and some swanky party and call it a day. But instead, he goes for the astonishing. He probably spends as much and sometimes even less than other companies do to launch a product. He just does it in an unexpected style. The wow factor makes a statement and multiplies the impact of his efforts. More often than not, the extra effort does not cost much more money or energy. When I was selling real estate, everyone else would call on expired listings when they came up. Instead, got in my car and showed up on the doorstep and handed over a sold sign. Take this, I'd say when they open the door. You'll need it if you hire me to take over this listing. For the price it took to keep my gas tank full, I immediately and exponentially increased my chance of getting the listing. Recently, Alex, a friend of mine, was up for a big job. He lives in California and the job was in Boston. He was one of the 12 candidates, final 12 candidates. They were going to interview local candidates in person and those out of area via video conferencing. He called me asking if I knew how to facilitate a web camera video conference. How badly do you want this job? I asked him. It's my dream job. It's everything I've spent 45 years preparing to do. Then get on a plane and show up in person, I said. No need, Alex said. They're flying in the three final for the last interview. Listen, I told him, if you want to be in that final three, you should separate yourself by doing the unexpected. Fly across the country on a moment's notice and show up in person. That's how you make a statement. If I get my sights on something, I'm going to ensure success by going all in and all out. I launch what I call shock and awe campaigns. During the same job hunt, I suggested Alex pull out all the stops, attack from every possible front, and do it relentlessly. Research all the decision makers, I told him. Find out their interests, hobbies, kids, hobbies, spouses, hobbies, no, neighbors, hobbies, etc. Send them books, articles, gifts, and other resources that you think they might like. Is this over the top? Heck yes, that's the point. They'll know you're trying to butter them up, but they'll appreciate your gumption and creativity. You'll certainly get their attention and most likely their respect. Then I continued. Research all the people in the organization. Take that list and run it by the entire network to see if they know anyone who might know someone in this organization. Search every name against your LinkedIn database. Find a few people to connect with. Talk with them. Ask them to put in a good word for you. Send them gifts, notes, and other things, and ask them to hand deliver those things to the decision makers. Phone, email, fax, text, tweet, Facebook, etc. them during the process. Could this be overly aggressive? Heck yes. But I found that you may lose 1 out of 5 for being too aggressive, but you get the other 4. By the way, Alex did not take my advice and he did not get the job. He didn't even get to the final 3. I can unequivocally say he was far better choice than the person the organization hired. But Alex failed to make an impression and it cost him his dream job. I'm on the board of a company that needs a congressman to sign off on a piece of legislation that affected whether this company could move forward on an important project. This guy wasn't budging, not because of the actual issue, but because of the political acts he was grinding against others who publicly favored the issue. Instead of making any more futile appeals to sway him, I suggested we go above his head and talk to his boss, his wife. We went through our network until one person led us to someone who was friends with his wife. We then waited for her outside following a church service she attended and had her friend introduce us. We explained our important case and cause, which was to build an after school facility in an impoverished neighborhood that would affect lives of hundreds of children if her husband would support it. Needless to say, he signed on by Tuesday that following week, and the company got its project. In our attention deficit, propaganda saturated society, sometimes doing the unexpected is required to get your voice heard. If you have a cause or ideal worthy of attention, do what it takes, even the unexpected, to make your case heard. Add a little audacity to the repertoire. Thank you for listening to The Compound Effect. I will continue to read tomorrow.